Hey there, you're watching the ADK Rock and Metal channel. I am Dave Does, and today I'm doing another reaction stroke review. Today's band is a band called Bright Black. The song is called Bitter Pill. Now, don't know a huge amount about this band, but I do know they are a band within the UK scene, and we obviously love supporting grassroots underground bands, so looking forward to checking it out. Obviously, I'll be 100% honest in my personal opinion. As I say, it is a personal opinion. So preferential choices, preferential taste come into it, but the way I do these videos is I'll play you the video from start to finish. I'll watch it, there'll be no interruptions, no pauses during the video, so you get to watch the video, I get to watch the video, and at the end of it I'll break it into two elements. There will be the musical element, or the song, and there'll be the video element, and I'll talk about both those in separate contexts. So let's do this. This is Bright Black and Bitter Bright. Oh, you should say that if you heard Bright Black Bitter Pill. Bright Black Bitter Pill. Yeah, vocal warm up for you there. Right, let's do this. Okay, there we go, Bright Black and Bitter Pill. So lots to talk about and unpack in this particular video. So let's start with, let's talk about musical elements before we get to the video. So yeah, really good hooky track, very commercial rock groove in there, nice riff, it's very catchy. I like her vocal style delivery. I wasn't sure at first if I was. It definitely grew on me as the song went, as the first sort of verse came in, I was like, not sure if I'm that keen on her vocal delivery, but then as the song kind of progressed, I was like, actually, do you know what? I like the attitude, especially in the chorus. She's definitely got a very angst, punk vibe delivery in her tone. Like she's on the breaking point, breaking edge of having a nervous breakdown. But yeah, very, very enjoyable from that element. Nice bass tone. It's kind of got a dirty, raw bass tone in there. Good crisp drum sound as well. Catchy track with a good mid section as well. So I like how it kind of just takes you off before bringing you back in with a high energy. So yeah, overall, musically, good track. Now let's talk about the video. So interesting elements in here. So we've obviously shot this in a white, what's called a white infinity room. So it's meant to go on for ages. Now, one of the things they talk about a lot on is lighting. And there's a really interesting decision they've made here to backlight it with these effectively workman light type things. Which is generally a big no-no, unless you're either going to use fluorescence tubes, for instance, to backlight. And you've got a frame rate on your camera that you can shutter out. So because the problem you've got here is when you're backlighting, you're getting all this light is filling up this camera lens, which means the front of the body is not being lit very well. You're getting this halo effect going all the way around, which can be a massive problem. But it feels like the band obviously wanted to go down this effect. Now, I'm not sure the reason behind it, but I also do like the fact they did it in a way. It does make the video look less crisp, but I think that's intentional. There's this green tinge which does tie in with the Bitter Pill bottle at the beginning and also part of their logo, so the green filter that's been put over the top makes sense. So I liked that. The way the video has been shot is very much of what happened in 2019-2020. So music videos up until that point, generally bands were shot all together in one room. Because of COVID, what ended up happening was lots of people started shooting, especially in these infinity coves and stage sets. They'd bring one person in, shoot their bit, then bring the next person in, shoot their bit. And this has become actually quite a common practice nowadays, is to, especially if you haven't got the biggest infinity room, you set up one infinity room, you set the person up, you get them to do their performance, their playthrough, then you do the next person, where you do 5-6 takes in total, and then you cut together the footage from multiple different angles. That's also quite useful, whereas if you have a group, so I quite like doing that myself as a videographer. I like to shoot that way because it does give me a couple of options. Is if you're doing a room shot and you've got a great vocal performance, but in the background the drummer's out of time, do you use that shot? And in a lot of cases I've seen people use that shot, and I'm watching it and I'm looking at the drummer in the background. The drummer's not playing anything close to what you're hearing, and that really, although you know it's their miming, it still kind of takes you out of that vibe of them performing. So having single shots is actually quite a good way of doing it, but what you don't get then is band interaction. So you have to you sacrifice band interaction for that sort of level of performance. What you can sometimes do is do a couple of wide shots with the whole band and then do close-ups. That can and then just focus, do single shots on each person, so that does work as well. So but yeah, lighting was really an interesting decision, and I'd like to know from the band what that particular reason was. Sometimes people go, you need to backlight it, because I've had to do backlight before because behind the lights I didn't like what was on the walls, and the camera was going to pick up stuff that I didn't want it to pick up. So I used backlights to flood the back behind with light so that the camera couldn't get past it. So that is another technique, and you can then use exposure to correct it. So I'm wondering if there's an element of you could see too much of the white wall behind it and they wanted to feel it. Maybe they wanted it to feel like you were in the pill jar. I'm not too sure, but it was an interesting decision, and would be interested to know why the band went down that route rather than kind of front or side lighting it, because you could light it from the sides and the front and just get a good overall clean tone, and then put a green filter on maybe over the top. But yeah, as far as that, energy of the shots was really good. I like the switch in when you're getting like these, the bridge or the main riff going before going back into the verses. You've got high energy, so you've got camera jutter. So you've got camera shake, which is kind of basically giving you the energy of what's going on, and then it kind of stabilizes during the verses. And you've got longer sweeping shots during the choruses, which is where obviously things slow down. So lots of sensible camera shots and camera angles and transitions, which is very important, because if you've got a fast section going on and you've got very slow camera shots, it just throws the whole vibe off. And whoever did the videography on it did a really good job, so well done. So that was Bright Black and Bitter Pill. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on a video sometime very soon. Take care.